Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate that. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers. So please be careful, guys. Don't get yourself scammed. A lot of scammers out there, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be in the comment section of the YouTube videos, TikTok, right? X. They're everywhere. I got Richard Fain impersonators running all around the place, claiming to be me, contacting you guys and slide into your DMs. And I don't know how to stop it, guys. Honestly, I don't. I wish I knew how, but I don't. They just pop up. Every time you report one, 5 more pop up. So it's crazy. So please, guys, be careful out there, man. Don't fall for any of these tricks. I'm not going to ask you to send me money to invest for you. I don't invest in crypto, not to the extent a lot of these people are impersonating me and coming into your DMs and telling you about something called Apex, APEX. That's the thing. Listen, all that stuff is a scam, man. Listen, here's the thing, guys. If you don't hear me talk about any of that stuff on my YouTube channel, then I don't do it. So if anybody slides into your DM, whether it be on any of these platforms, and they are pretending to be me, and they start talking about things that I don't talk about in my videos, then you know that's a scammer, right? Anything that I don't talk about in my videos, I'm not gonna slide in your DMs and try to talk about them just to you in the DMs, but I don't talk about it on the videos. So please be careful, guys. It's a lot of scammers out there. I'm getting contacted by people that follow me on these platforms saying, "Hey, Richard, did you DM me and say something about Apex?" I'm like, guys, no, that's not me. I'm sorry. I keep telling y'all, you got to watch the videos. You got to stay plugged in, because if I don't talk about it on my YouTube channel, then guys, it's not real. So please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed out there with all these scammers. If you want to follow me when I'm not on YouTube, get down to the description box and click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link. That's the only Instagram page I have, guys. I don't have multiple Instagram pages, even though I know when you go to Instagram, you can type in Richard Fain in the search, and it's going to bring up 15 of me, where people, they can take your pictures, they can take your reels, everything. And Instagram allows them to do it. I don't know why they allow them to do it, but they do. And so just know I only have one Instagram page, and it's down in the description box of my videos. That's it. Also know on Instagram, I'm never going to slide into your DMs without you contacting me first. I'm just not going to randomly one day show up in your DMs trying to pitch you some type of investment scheme. That's a dead giveaway, guys. I don't contact people directly like that, ever. Whether it be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I don't, right? I don't do that. So please be careful. But if you do want to follow me on my one single Instagram page, go down to the description box, click on the Instagram link, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor, and then send me a DM to let me know you're rocking with me so I can say thank you. Let's move on to the website, www.richardfain.net. That's my website that I created for you guys. You asked for a website that has financial digital products that you can source and use at your leisure, and I created that. So go over to the website, www.richardfain.net. And there's a link down in the description box. It's the second link down in the description box. Go check that out. Go check out the financial digital products. I have many of you that have already done that and have given me some good remarks on those digital products. I think they're just blueprints, guys. They're just little mini blueprints right? It doesn't encompass everything in the whole world about starting an online business, but the digital product on starting an online business is the step in the right direction. It gives you the information you need. Now, you definitely need to go expound on that, right? It won't tell you every single thing that you need to do to start an online business, but it gives you an outline and it walks you through the most important things. And then from there, you go from there. So that's what really these financial digital products do. They're an enhancement. They're not a one-stop shop that's going to answer every single question you have, but it's a blueprint to give you the basic information you need to get started, right? So check out the website. Like I said, second link down in the description box. And then while you're there, please consider joining the private mentorship club. We had a live stream last night on the private mentorship club. It was a good live stream. We had a lot of people in there, a lot of great questions. It's a Q&A format, so it goes real well. And I thought we had a good time. I was in there for about 2 hours on a private live stream, and it was great. It was great. So if you want to be a part of that community, man, that we're growing over there through the website, guys, go click on that membership button, that join button when you go to the website, and join the private mentorship club. That's the only place on the internet that I'm doing mentoring. I don't do mentoring anywhere else, not through Instagram, not through Facebook, not through TikTok, not through X. So if people ask me questions on those platforms, I'm gonna have to respectfully ask them to go through the website, join the mentorship club, and then at that point, I'll be more than happy to mentor you along with 600 other people. So that's up to you though. You don't have to do any of that, but I'm just telling you because I don't want people to get the misunderstanding. I like to be crystal clear on my YouTube channel, what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do. I don't want nobody to be confused. That's the only place I'm doing mentoring. That means if you're not part of the mentorship club, I'm not answering no questions through random emails or any other platform. It's not fair to my people that are in the private mentorship club that have made a financial commitment to be there. It's not fair to them, and I'm not gonna do it. So if you want to be mentored by me, you certainly can join up to the mentorship club. If you don't care about being mentored by me, just watch the YouTube videos and you're good to go. Last thing, Moo, my self-directed brokerage app that I'm using over the next 10 years to quadruple my net worth. Guys, get down in that description box and click on that Moo link. First link, 18 to 80 years old for beginners. I'm not talking to you folks that are already, well on your way and you already got your brokerage account and you're doing your thing. Perfect. You keep doing your thing. I'm talking about people that are 18 to 80 years old who are brand new at this and they're going to need some help. I'm not talking to people that don't need help. I'm talking to people that need help. 18 to 80 years old. If you're not where you want to be when it comes to building your wealth, it's not too late, especially for you older folks. You young folks, you got some time. But these older folks, it's not too late. And if you need help, click on that link down in the description box, that Moo link. Open up the Moo brokerage account. Why would you do that? Number one, it's a wonderful platform in my opinion. It's a wonderful platform to be able to buy and sell paper assets. Number two, I use it, and if you're gonna need help and you're gonna want me to help you, you wanna have the same brokerage account that I have or the same brokerage app that I have, not the account. The account be different, but the same brokerage app if you're gonna need my help, right? This is how I'm gonna help you. When you open the Moo brokerage account, you put $100 in there. The good folks at Moo are going to give you 5 free stocks just for trying out the brokerage app. If you put $1,000 in your brokerage account, the good folks over at Moo are going to give you 15 free stocks. But you only get that through my link in the description box. You go rando and go somewhere else and open it and then send me an email. Hey, Richard, I never got my, hey, if you didn't use my link, you got to go talk to the people. I can't help you. So get down to the description box if you want that offer. Click on it, open the account, put $100 in, get the 5 free stocks, put $1,000 in, get the 15 free stocks. Then you're gonna send me an email. This is where the help comes in. You're gonna send me an email through my website and say, hey, Richard, I opened my Moo account, I funded it, I need some help though. I don't know how to use this thing. And then I'm gonna send you 2 tutorial videos that the good folks at Moo put together that are very simple to understand, and it will walk you through how to use this thing. And then I'm going to send you my 2 wealth transfer blueprints, 1.0, 2.0. I'm gonna send those to you. So that way you know exactly what Richard Fain is purchasing when it comes to paper assets. That doesn't mean you gotta do what I'm doing, but for you brand new folks, 18 to 80, who need some help and some guidance, it's good to have. That doesn't mean you gotta follow it. Now, let's be clear. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not gonna tell you what to buy. I'm not gonna tell you when to sell it. I'm not gonna tell you to send me money so I can invest for you. I don't do any of that stuff. So let's not get it twisted. I'm just being honest with you what I do. I provide you information and I will provide you guidance. But that guidance doesn't mean I tell you what to do. I don't. What I provide you with is some information and walk you through why you are doing this. What is your goals? Okay, here's what I'm doing. Here's why I think these investments right here I'm picking are investments that will get me to my goal. Now, if you want to copy that, go ahead. But I'm not a stock researcher. I'm not going to do any of that stuff, right? I'm just going to give you what I do, and I'm going to walk you through a blueprint. A lot of you guys know what I mean here, but some people don't know what a blueprint means. See, guys, when people are trying to create something or get somewhere, a lot of times they just go find a blueprint that already works. That way they don't have to create their own blueprint. They just follow somebody else's blueprint. That's what I did for 30 years. The people that I work with in the banking industry, my clients who are already wealthy, guess what I did? I just followed their blueprint. I didn't create my own. Hey, Jim, how did you buy that rental property? Jim tells me how he bought it. Guess what I do? I follow Jim's blueprint, right? So all I'm telling you is you ain't got to go. For some reason, we think we got to go out here and become a PhD in stock market. We got to have a PhD in the stock market. What do we need a PhD in the stock market for? What do I need a master's degree in the stock market for? I don't need any of that. All I need is a good blueprint that works. And I just copy the blueprint, right? Okay. So let's keep moving. Like I said, get down that description box 18 to 80 if you want to rock with me and follow what I'm doing and use the same brokerage account that I'm using. I keep saying brokerage account, brokerage app that I'm using. Get down there and click on that Moo link. Get your 5 free stocks when you put $100 in. Get your 15 free stocks when you put $1,000 in your brokerage account. And then you can take that $100 or that $1,000 and start investing in building your wealth. Go get that free stock, guys. Go get that free money. Now let's dive into this. Hold up. What did you say, Jim? I didn't hear you, Jim. What did you say? This is breaking news, guys. Wait, I'm talking to my producer, Jim over here. Jim's my producer of my show, my YouTube show. Hold on, what did you say, Jim? I couldn't quite hear that, Jim. Nvidia? Did you say something about Nvidia, Jim? It's exploding? What? Guys, breaking news. We back. We are back. We back, guys. Nvidia is back. Yeah, we took a little bit of a correction. We took about a 13% correction. But today, right now, as I have this wonderful conversation with you good folks on my YouTube channel, we're up about $3.59. We up about $3.59 today. We back. You ain't seen nothing yet, guys. This thing finna go to the moon. Yes. Here we go. So yesterday, I was contemplating selling my shares. I had the emotional thinking cap on. I had the emotional thinking cap on pretty much the whole live stream yesterday. I kind of lost sight of the big picture. I said, put this stop loss out there, man, so you don't go under $115 a share and lose your little profit. Your key word is little profit, right? That's the key word for me. That was a little profit. So I had the emotional thinking cap on instead of the logical thinking cap. So I got caught up a little bit, right? I said to myself, Richard, protect them profits. put that stop loss, protect them profits. But I ended the live stream and then I sat down with myself and I took off the emotional thinking cap and put back on the logical thinking cap and said, Richard, what are you trying to get accomplished here? You missing the forest for the trees. See, in my lifestyle that I'm living, guys, I'm looking for a major quadruple in my net worth. And for me, that requires I take on a lot of risks. A lot of risks. So what I decided to do yesterday was I said, you know, Richard, instead of concentrating on the trees, how about you get your mind back on the forest, right? Stop focusing on the trees and get your mind back on the forest. So what did I do? I removed the stop loss, kept my original position in Nvidia, and then I went ahead and bought another 2,000 shares on the dip. I bought another 2,000 shares on the dip. So what did that put me right now with my Nvidia shares? That puts me very close to 5,000 shares of Nvidia. And I'm gonna buy 2,500 more shares. So I'm gonna close out my position in Nvidia around 7,500 shares. Right now, I'm close to 5. I'm about 48. I'm about 4,800 shares right now because I bought another 2,000 on the dip yesterday. This other 2,500 to 2,700 that I'm gonna be buying, we'll wait for the next correction. That's what we'll do. We'll wait for the next correction, and then those I will buy another 25 to 2,700 shares. I'm gonna round out my position at about 7,500 shares of Nvidia. And here it is, guys. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. We had a correction. It was 13%. Now, a lot of folks that I roll with in my private mentorship club, they bought the dip. I bought the dip, right? Because we believe, myself and the good folks in the private mentorship club, we believe that we have an opportunity to really do something special with our net worth, with our assets, if we continue to execute our plan. And our plan is not to be sidetracked when we have a correction. Doesn't mean if we want to take profits, we shouldn't take them. Yes, take them. It's your plan. But the longer term plan for myself and a lot of the folks in my private mentorship club, the longer term plan is to really allow this stock price to appreciate to a point where it's significant wealth. And that's what I had to remind myself of yesterday. Richard, you're not in this thing to make 50 grand. You're in this thing to make $5 million. Now, again, guys, I'm not telling you what you need to be in it for. I'm telling you what I'm in it for, and that's what I do on my YouTube channel. I tell y'all what my thought process is. I tell y'all what I'm trying to get accomplished when I invest in something. So I had to readjust the way I was thinking. I had to take off the emotional thinking cap, and I had to put back on the logical thinking cap. And when I did that, I realized, Richard, you can buy the dip. You can buy this thing below where the split price was. Why not do that? Why not go all in again? You already got what you're gonna do and it's allocated to this stock. Go ahead and get that. Get more stock. Go ahead and buy the dip. So that's what I did. I went ahead and did that yesterday. Added another 2,000 shares to what I already have. So that puts me about 48 right now. And I'm gonna do another 2,700 at some point on the next dip, because there will be another dip. Now, here's what I'm thinking though. We got some catalysts coming up, right? The number one thing I think we got coming up right now is Nvidia will be having its annual meeting starting tomorrow. They'll start their annual meeting tomorrow. And I think in that annual meeting, we're gonna get some really good news about new innovative product that will be coming out. I think we're gonna get the market, Wall Street, because really, guys, who we really need to get behind this thing, if you really want the skinny, we really need Wall Street to get behind this thing. in a big way. And the reason we need Wall Street to get behind it is because Wall Street represents 75% of the activity in the stock market. And they're not all sold on AI right now. A lot of big boy Wall Street firms, they may dip their toe in for a little bit and dip back out. But a lot of them are not 100% sold on artificial intelligence. A lot of them are not 100% sold on Nvidia, right? They're just not. So until those big boy Wall Street investors completely buy into this thing long term, will be a stumbling block for the stock to really go to new heights. I think it's coming though. And I think tomorrow, when that annual meeting starts, I think that's an opportunity for Nvidia and its CEO and its team to present to the world why they should bet on Nvidia. And if they can get that across, I think there's an opportunity for Wall Street to get behind this thing in a big way. And if Wall Street gets behind it in a big way, guys, we going to the moon. So that's the number one catalyst. Tomorrow, the annual meeting. And I want to just run you guys through just a little bit of the detail about that. I ran across this article by, let me find what I'm looking for here. Here we go. I ran across this article on Yahoo Finance that I thought was pretty good. What to expect from NVIDIA's shareholder meeting. See, this shareholder meeting tomorrow is going to be important, guys. You can already see the stock starting to, it hit its correction, 13% dip, hit the correction, right? Now I think it's starting its ascent back up. But how fast depends on, I think, Wall Street, right? We got to get Wall Street more behind this thing and be more invested long-term in it. If we can do that, if we can get them more invested long-term, we got a shot to take this thing to the moon. So after hitting record highs, Nvidia's on track for its third consecutive session of losses, right? Harvest Portfolio Management Company, CIO and Nvidia shareholder Paul Meeks joins Catalyst to discuss the stock's movement and Nvidia's upcoming shareholder meeting. Meeks expects Wednesday's meeting to make investors feel comfortable that there is a long runway as the company trots its AI initiatives. See what I'm saying? That's why that shareholder meeting tomorrow is going to be important. That's the first catalyst for us as investors to get this thing, get Wall Street behind this thing. Because let's not get it twisted. We need Wall Street behind this thing, guys. They represent 75% of the activity in the stock market. So just retail investors alone cannot take this thing where we need it. We need institutional investors. We need hedge funds. We need billionaires who commit to this thing like we are. That's the only way we get this thing to where we need to get it to. But I believe this annual meeting tomorrow is the first step, right? That's the first step, in my opinion. He believes CEO Jensen Huang's remarks will cause the stock to rebound from its period of decline. And we can see that today, the anticipation of this meeting, the anticipation. The day's Tuesday, the meeting starts tomorrow. So we can already see the stock rebounding. Not leaps and bounds, but it's coming. That's why I say it's exploding. So when you go out of the red for like 10 straight days and you come back into the green, that's good news. But I think this is a precursor to what's coming, right? Today is a precursor to what I believe is coming for the rest of the week and beyond, right? So let's keep moving here. I think you must believe that the company will continue to upside numbers. That's why it's important, guys, on August 28th, 2024, Q2 earnings report. That's another catalyst, guys, that will propel us. If we can come out and kill it all, triple digit it all, kill it all, we're going to the moon, man. That's the way I believe it. So we got these catalysts coming up. One is tomorrow, Another catalyst is going to be Friday when the PCE inflation report comes out, right? If we can show decline in inflation, that's going to bode well for the stock market, guys, including Nvidia, right? So we got these catalysts coming up. We've had our correction. Great. Our next correction, hopefully, will be sometime in the distant future when the stock price is higher. I don't mind the stock correcting itself 10%, but correct yourself at 10% when you're at $175 a share. Then correct again. I don't need you correcting right now again. And I don't think that'll happen. We've had the correction. Remember, we got to 140. The market didn't accept the 140, so we had the correction start. That's when the correction started, when the market rejected the 140 stock price. That's where your correction started. And we slid 13% from that 140, 138, we slid. But we're out of that correction period now. In my opinion, I'm no expert here, guys. I'm just giving you my opinion. As of now, we're out of the correction period and we're starting to move in the opposite direction. But we need some tailwinds. Tomorrow starts one of those tailwinds, which is this annual meeting, this shareholder meeting, right? Because you got some big shareholders that are going to be there. I think we must believe that the company will continue to upside numbers. I mean, they have scorched the quarterly numbers for about a year and a half ever since the advent in November of 22 of ChatGPT. And I think you can probably expect more of the same. That's good news. That's good news, right? That's good news. We need more of the same. We need to triple digit this thing and continue to show Wall Street that, listen, guys, this doesn't just have to necessarily be a short-term play. This thing is here to stay. This could be a long-term play for you guys, you and your customers. This could be a long-term play. It doesn't necessarily always have to be a short-term play for you guys. So if we can get Wall Street behind this thing, I think we got an opportunity. And I think you can probably expect more of the same. This is coming from, one of the analysts, right? Matter of fact, this is coming from one of the larger shareholders of Nvidia, Paul Meeks. He's one of the larger shareholders, right? So this is coming from him. So this is a person, of course, a billionaire, who has put his money where his mouth is, right? He's a large shareholder in this company, right? Remember, I told you this company has already made about 34 billionaires. Meeks is one of them, right? So here we go. Meeks adds, he expects Nvidia to continue to push the narrative that the AI chip boom will last longer than expected. So that's the thing you struggle with. That's the thing some folks are struggling with. Is this a fad? Will it fizzle out? Will this whole AI thing fizzle out? And that's what people struggle with, right? That's what some Wall Street firms struggle with. Is this a fad or is this here to stay? And one of the things Nvidia has to do is convince people it's here to stay. That's what Nvidia has to do, right? That's one of the things Nvidia and the rest of the semiconductor or chip makers have to make sure they convince people that this thing is here to stay, right? And we got to also have companies like Meta, Facebook. We got to have companies like Amazon with their cloud services business. We got to have companies like Microsoft with their cloud services business. We got to have companies like Alphabet, AKA Google, and their cloud services and their search engine business. We got to have companies like that that say and continue to say, we need these products from these chip makers. We need these GPUs. We see that our clients are happy with the progress of our AI platforms. We need that. If we can continue to get that, I think it convinces Wall Street to take a longer term play in the artificial intelligence industry, right? So companies like Nvidia and others have to continue to sound the horn, right? They got to continue to talk about this. right? So he expects Nvidia to continue to push the narrative that the AI chip boom will last longer than expected, allowing them to continue to beat earnings estimates, right? So that's the thing we got to think about, right? I like this one right here. Our biggest story is Nvidia on track for a third straight session of declines, right? That's something, guys, that we have to come to grips with. We're going to have corrections in the stock. I told you guys many, many times, this is going to be a volatile ride because this is one of the companies that can have a huge swing up. They can have a huge swing down, right? The key though is, for me at least, they have more huge swings up than they have down. So what am I talking about here? Okay, the stock splits and it's $120 a share. It runs up to $140 a share. Now you got to think about this. You think about this from the pre-split. So pre-split, we were $1,200 a share. Think about it this way. We go from $1,200 a share to $1,400 a share. That's really what happened, right? If you just take out the split and you go pre-split, we really ran from $1,200 a share to $1,400 a share. That's a $200 per share swing. What happened was the market rejected it, so we swung down 13%, back down to about the 120, 118, 117, 119 range, right? So we went back slightly below $1,200 a share. See, here's what I'm thinking though. We work ourselves up to 160 a share. And if we have another correction, 10% correction, no big deal. That's what I'm keeping. The stock price has to keep going up and up before we have the next correction. We can't just keep having the same correction at 140. You know, every time we hit 140, we have a correct. No, we can't do that. We got to get to 160 before we have the next correction, right? So that's where I'm trying to hang my hat and make sure I understand that and I'm mentally ready for that. And I think this is what the stock has done since 2022, though. It's done that. It's had these huge stock gains in the stock price, and then all of a sudden, boom, they'll have a correction. But then they come back again with another huge one before the next correction, right? What we got to do is we got to keep pushing the envelope on the stock price. And I think these catalysts I'm talking about right now are what we need, right? We need this annual meeting to go over well and convince investors this is a good long-term play for you guys. This is not a fad. We need the PCE report on Friday to show inflation not going up, right? And then obviously on August 28th, 2024, Q2 comes out, about 2 months away. We got to kill it. We got to kill it. I think if we get through Q2 and we kill it through Q2, we're on our way to $200 a share. That's what I believe. You don't have to believe it, but I believe it. I believe it, and I put my money where my mouth is. So let's dive into what's going on with the market today. Let's talk about that a little bit, including the video, right? So let's talk about the market. This is what the headline says. S&P 500, NASDAQ raise as Nvidia rebounds, right? We knew Nvidia wasn't going to be down in the negative forever, guys. I mean, come on. I know it was a little bit crazy looking when you're thinking, okay, I'm in at 120, it's 140, and all of a sudden I'm under 120. A little crazy, but we know this company has swings like that. So it's nice to see, though, it come back out of the red and then back in the green today. Who knows? I think we are, yeah, right now, guys, we're $122.74. We're up $4.64, and we ain't even 2 hours into trading, right? So we're up about 4% today. Hopefully, this starts the explosion. This starts our run to 160, right? Let's run this thing to 160 before August 28th, 2024. Let's run it to 160. Let's run it to 150, 160 before August 28th, 2024. And I think we got the power to do that, right? So I'm gonna always give you guys a little temperature check on this as we go through the live. I'm gonna be in here about an hour and then I'm gonna get out of here, but I'll continue to give you temperature checks. Here's what's going on. A rebound in Nvidia shares led the S&P and NASDAQ composite higher. So I keep telling y'all guys, this company, I read a report where it said 15% of the gain for the S&P this year is directly attributed to Nvidia. I would say very comparable for NASDAQ too, right? So both of those jumped as Nvidia jumped, right? They jumped as Nvidia jumped. The broad market S&P added 0.1, while the NASDAQ advanced 0.5. The Dow fell 51 points, right? The Dow fell 51 points. Nvidia shares gained 2%, but that was this morning, guys. As of right now, we're up 3.91%. So we're steady picking up steam. Keep telling y'all guys, when this thing go, it goes. So we're starting to pick up steam again, right? And up. Just hit 4% today. We ain't even 2 hours in trading. We are up 4%, guys. So whoever bought the dip, guess what, baby? Guess what, baby? You in the money. Them 2,000 shares I bought yesterday, baby, I'm in the money. I'm in the money, baby. We up 4.30%, guys. Woo! Here come the run, guys. Here comes the run. $123.22. Yes, sirski. 4.40% today. We're running. Keep the run coming, baby. We'll check back on it. I don't want to jinx nothing. I don't want to jinx anything. So let me get out of here and finish my report before I jinx something. But boy, it feel good to see that thing up 4% today. Boy, look at here. Boy. See, but that's why I tell you guys, got to execute your plan, man. Stop worrying about all these other people, what they're talking about, man. Execute your plan, man. See, I almost got outside of my plan. I'm the one created the plan and then almost messed the plan up. I'm right here thinking about $50,000 when I should be thinking about $5 million. Listen, you're going to play at the big boy level, you're going to have to take some big boy risks. If you're going to play at the big boy level, if you're going to sit at the big boy poker table with the big boys, with the whales, boy, you better have some risk in you. You got to have a little risk in you, baby. Everybody ain't built for the big boy poker table. Everybody ain't built for that. Some of us, we got to go to the slot machine. Some of us got to go to the slot machine. Some of us not built for this big boy poker table, this big boy blackjack table, high stakes. A lot of us ain't built for that. Some of us built for the slot machines. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You can get rich too. But boy, I'm built for this big boy poker table, this big boy blackjack table. I got to sit at the big boy blackjack table. So if I'm going to do that, I got to take on the big boy risk. And I had to recalibrate myself and get myself back in line. Boy, what you doing? This is the dip. Buy this dip, man. What are you talking about selling? What are you selling for? What are you trying to do? Quadruple your net worth or make a couple $1,000s? Or you trying to quadruple your net worth, man? You better get back inside yourself. You better figure out who you are. You better stop letting all these people, boy, figure out who you are. Get yourself back on path. Get yourself back on track. You should be buying the dip, not running from the dip. Buy the dip. What are you running from it for? You know what this stock can do. That's how I had to talk to myself, guys. I had to get myself back in the right frame of mind. Here we go. Nvidia shares gain 2%. Of course, we're way past that right now. Way past that. In the previous session, the stock dropped 6%. It marked the biggest one-day slide since April 19, when it lost 10%. Now, if you go back to April 19th, guys, when that thing lost 10%, what did it do following that? What did it do following that? Remember when it lost that 10% back in April, the stock went down to like 767. This is pre-split now. The stock went down to like 767. Pre-split. After April 19, what did that thing do? That thing ran all the way up to $1,200. This is what I'm telling y'all, guys. This is the capacity for this stock. This is the capacity. The latest decline pushed the AI darling deeper into correction territory, more than below 13%, their intraday record. Other semiconductor stocks were also under pressure on Monday, including Super Microcomputer, Qualcomm, and Broadcom. So it wasn't just Nvidia, guys. Since they're the big boy, the darling of Wall Street, they're the ones that get all the press. But these other ones, they suffered too. They suffered too. Nvidia's losses pushed the NASDAQ down more than 1% on Monday. This is the impact Nvidia has, guys, on the S&P and the NASDAQ. Its biggest one-day loss since April. The NASDAQ 100 also suffered its worst day since April as investors rotated out of chip makers. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let me just talk on that. Remember earlier when I said we need the big boys to be more long-term in us. We need a longer-term play out of these big boys. Remember I said that. That's what I'm talking about. See, they're rotating out. Now, I'm not saying that's not good business for them, but there is precedent where they stay longer before they rotate out, right? So they're rotating out. That means they're pulling their cash. They're liquidating, they're selling their positions, and they're rotating out, going to something else. We need them to stay longer. We don't need them to rotate out as fast. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, where we got to get Wall Street to stay in this thing longer if we really want this thing to go where we want it to go. We got to get the Wall Street guys, we got to get the billionaires to stay longer and not rotate out as fast, right? So, the NASDAQ 100 also suffered its worst day since April. Investors rotated out of chip makers. This inter-market shift boosted the Dow by more than 200 points, making it the lone U.S. stock benchmark to post a gain in the previous session. See, what's happening is you got these other industries out there. So what happens is when big Wall Street firms rotate out of chip maker stocks, they rotate into other industries. That's why the Dow is up like that. That's why the Dow experienced so much, because they got to rotate out and go somewhere. So we need them to stay longer, right? But some investors believe the recent sell-off in semis isn't a cause for alarm. This is what I wanted to walk some of you through, because I know y'all are concerned. But I'm going to give you what the market is thinking, right? This is one perspective. It doesn't mean it has to be all perspectives. The goal here is to give you perspectives, give you opinions. And then you, as an investor, have to come up with your own conclusion, right? It's not to spoon feed you everything. It's to give you perspectives around the market to see if that can get you comfortable with this investment. And then you make the gut call on it, right? So here we go. But some investors believe the recent sell-off in semis, and that's just semiconductor companies, right? Semis, they call them semis. The recent sell-off in semis isn't a cause for alarm based on historical patterns, right? Renaissance Micro Research, right, on Monday said that the summer is typically a tough time for the sector, noting that the third quarter typically registers as the worst period of the industry. The good news is, I think Nvidia is still in the long-term uptrend, he said. I think these corrections probably prove to be buyable. You just have to temper that sentiment, right? So you got different perspectives, guys, and ain't nothing wrong with it. I love reading different perspectives. I know I've been in this stock since January of this year, outside of the Magnificent Seven, right? I've been in the Magnificent Seven since last year, but I've been specifically in Nvidia this year, 2024. And I must say, I'm pleased with the progress of my investment. So much so, I bought another 2,000 shares yesterday. I'm that pleased with what I know and what I've read and what I believe will happen in the future that I put my money where my mouth is. And I went ahead and purchased 2,000 more shares on the low yesterday, on the dip. So now, today, I'm up. I'm up today on that money. Yeah, I'm up about $6 a share. I'm up. Right now, guys, we're at $124.11. The explosion continues. We're over 5% ROI just today. We'll get back on it. We'll check on it again. So here's the long-term play for me, like I mentioned to you guys earlier. I got about 2,700 more shares to buy at some point. Not buying them right now. I bought my 2,000 yesterday. I already had about 2,700 shares. 2,700 shares, and I think I bought close to 2,100 shares yesterday when it was all said and done. So right now, combined, I got about 4,800 shares of this stock, right? Significant amount of money too, by the way. Significant amount of money, right? Significant amount of my net worth is in this stock. Not all of it, but a significant amount, right? But I'm okay with that. Today, we're up. And I think we'll continue to gradually get up. The goal for me, though, is can the stock get the 160 prior to Q2 numbers coming out? Because once them Q2 numbers come out, we're going to kill it, right? We're going to kill it. We're on our way to 200 by the end of the year. That's why I think about it. If nothing else but FOMO and optimism going to take us to 200, right? Just FOMO. Because once that quarter two earnings report come out, guys, and we kill this thing, that's where the FOMO coming in. A lot more FOMO coming. So I think if we can get the 160 a share prior to August 28th, Q2 earnings report, once we get past Q2 earnings report, the thing is going to explode. It's going to explode, right? That's my opinion. I don't have no scientific proof of that. I'm just giving y'all opinion. I'm making a prediction like a lot of other people do, right? I'm just making a prediction. That doesn't mean my prediction is going to come true. I'm just making a prediction, right? So just making a prediction. Don't mean it's going to come true though. Now, one thing I do want to mention is one other stock I do want to talk about a little bit, because this stock tomorrow is going 50 to 1. It's going 50 to 1 tomorrow. 50 to 1 split. So, who is that stock? Who is that company? That would be Chipotle. That would be Chipotle, guys. Chipotle has their 50 to 1 split, right? And I mentioned to you guys that I was going to be buying Chipotle after the 50 to 1 split. And I'm holding to that. So that's why I wanted to talk about that on the tail end of this live. We'll be done about 11:30. But I want to briefly talk about Chipotle and why I'm planning on making an investment in Chipotle. So, Chipotle has long dominated the fast casual restaurant space, leading to blistering growth. I mean, you're talking about, guys, 3,000 per share stock price pre-split. That is a monster, right? Monster growth, right? Monster growth. Subsequently, its success saw CMG stock rise well above the 3,000 per share price, making it inaccessible to retail investors who lack access to fractional share ownership. As a result, management will implement a 50 to 1 share split. While the move should boost accessibility, valuation concerns linger, right? According to the company's press release, CMG stock will begin trading on a post-split basis on June 26. The move is notable as it's one of the biggest equity splits in the history of the New York Stock Exchange. Big boy stuff. I mean, big boy stuff. The company claims prospective investors seeking to acquire Chipotle prior to the split should note that the record date is June 18. Further, the split's distributions will occur after the market closes on June 25th. Today, right? I don't care about any of that because I'm just going to buy it on June 26th. I'm just going to buy it tomorrow. I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm just going to buy it tomorrow and see what it can do over these next 5 years or so, right? Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Chipotle's chief financial officer and administrative officer, Jack, whatever his name is, laid out the reasoning for splitting CMG stock. We believe the stock split will make our stock more accessible to our employees as well as a broader range of investors. With this historic decision, we'll be better able to reward our team members and empower them to have ownership in our company. Share splits don't fundamentally change the underlying business. However, because they enable wider accessibility due to the lower per share price, over time, splits can spark greater demand. We saw that in Nvidia when they did their 10-to-1 split. We saw more retail demand come in. It runs the stock up within about a 10-day period. It runs the stock up to $140 a share. We saw that prior to the correction we just experienced these last week and a half, right? So Chipotle may do the same thing, right? And that's what I'm banking on. I'm banking on getting in this thing for the low and just riding the wave for the next 5 years and just see what it can do. Right now, it's the #1 thing in its category. We know that. There ain't nothing out there better than Chipotle in that category. And that fresh, never frozen, nothing fried. In that category, ain't nothing better than Chipotle, right? So I like putting my money in companies that are the #1 company in their industry. And when it comes to fast casual, semi-healthy food, not fried, never frozen, you can't beat Chipotle, guys. So for me, I'm gonna throw a flyer at it. The stock price is gonna be pretty cheap. I'm gonna put, I don't know what I'm gonna put in it. Maybe I put 25, 50 grand in it. Just a one-time lump, right? And then do a little bit of DCA on the other side. So I'll take money out of the IRA, not money out of the IRAs. I'll use money in the IRAs to make a $50,000 one-time lump. And then I'll use the Moo brokerage account to do my monthly DCA. So one of them will be tax deferred growth. One of them will be just regular brokerage account. The big investments that I make, guys, lump sum, like I made yesterday, the 2,000 shares of Nvidia, I do out of the retirement accounts. Why did I do that? Because I want deferred tax implications, right? I don't need to be selling stuff and then getting a 1099 and have to pay taxes on it. I don't want to do that. So what I do is I do it out of the large IRA accounts that I've accumulated over the years, right? So that's where a lot of the wealth is in those IRA accounts. And I can move money, I can just move investments in and out of them, but I buy them in big lump sums. So the 50K lump sum that I'll do in Chipotle after the split will come out of those, right? Because I want tax deferred growth. That doesn't mean I won't pay taxes on it because it is just a regular IRA, but it's tax deferred growth. I ain't got to worry about no taxes on nothing until I start taking the money out in the golden years, in my 70s. Then they can tax me, but I'm going to be in a lower tax bracket then. Not right now. I'm in a higher tax bracket. I'm in a 35% tax bracket right now. I don't need no taxes when I'm in a tax. I don't need more income when I'm in a 35% tax bracket. I will take that income when I'm in a much smaller tax bracket, right? 10, 15% tax bracket. Then I'll start systematically taking some of those profits down the road. but not right now. So that's the reason I buy things in the IRA when I'm doing lump sum investing. When I'm doing dollar cost average DCA investing, I just do it out of my regular funds that I have that I earn from the YouTube channel and my other streams of income. I just take it out of that income, put it in the Moo account, make my little trades, dollar cost average, boop, go on about my business, right? So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow with Chipotle. Investors have an important decision to make regarding CMG stock and its upcoming split. By acquiring shares now, the idea is that as retail investors recognize the bullish opportunity thanks to Chipotle's dominance of its sector. I told y'all guys, that's all I invest in. I only invest in companies that dominate their sector. Nothing else. Oh, you're gonna buy what the other little one called? Oh, you're gonna buy Moe's or some of these other little pop-ups? Nope. Only thing I do is buy the most dominant companies in their sector. And that's what Chipotle currently is. It's the most dominant company in its sector, guys. So when you're talking about what? Fast casual restaurants has already gained around 43% year to date with a 4-digit price tag. I'm telling you guys, if they can do that on my 50 grand, if I can get 40% compounded growth over the next 10 years on that 50 grand, it'll be good. So I only mess with big boys. I only mess with big boys. So there we go. That's my move on Chipotle, guys. I just thought I'd share that with you. I just wanted to share my move that I was going to be doing tomorrow on Chipotle, because I told y'all I'll let y'all know what I'm doing. Whatever you do what you do, right? I just let y'all know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, right? They're the big boys. #1 in their sector, most dominant. I love that word, dominant. Nvidia, most dominant, right? Magnificent Seven, most dominant. Now you can make the case that SPLG and FTEC is not the most dominant, but I'm okay with that because they track the same sector as the most dominant. VOO is the most dominant. SPY is the most dominant. But SPLG tracks the same index because guess what? They're going to get the same return. Track the same index. So I don't really care if I'm in the most dominant when it comes to investing in the S&P 500 index. I don't care if I'm in the most dominant. Why? Because the most dominant is determined by what? Money under management. That's what determines the most dominant in ETFs, right? It's money under management, right? And it's price per share. Right now, VOO SPY is in a whole different atmosphere when it comes to money under management, price per share. But SPLG, guess what? Got the same return that they got. Lower money under management and lower per share stock price. I'm okay with that. As long as I get the same return, I'm okay with that. So that's where I'm at, guys. One more price check. Let's see what the most dominant company in the world is doing right now. We're still over 4.85 ROI for the day. I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it end up 125 today, guys. I'm okay with that because I know tomorrow, and then if we get Friday and we get that good positive PCE, we're going to end the week strong. But it'll probably bounce around in the 120s for the rest of this week. I don't think it'll go to 140 or nothing like that. It'll bounce around in the 120s for the rest of this week, I think. Maybe, hopefully, it'll end up in the high 20s towards the latter end of the week. And then when we come back into July, let's just have a killer July, right? Let's make some gains. Let's get this stock up to back to 135 a share by the end of July. And then let's start rounding the corner, getting it up to about 150 a share towards the end of August. And then once we have that earnings report come out on August 28th, this thing gonna go to the moon. It's gonna go to the moon. So all I'm trying to do is just continue to do what I do, waiting on the catalyst, waiting on the jump in growth of the stock price when these catalysts come out. That's all I'm doing. And I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm not gonna shy away from that. I'm not gonna apologize for that. I mean, people buy whatever they want to buy. Personally, I choose to buy Nvidia, and I choose to put my money in the SPLG, which is my information technology ETF. I keep putting my money in FTEC. Matter of fact, when I get off this call, I'm buying some of that. I'm buying some SPLG and FTEC today. As soon as I get off this, I meant to do it this morning, but I forgot. So I'll be buying that this morning as soon as I get off this call. So I'm taking my money that I earn, as well as my rollover IRA money. The only money that I'm not really investing in the stock market right now is my reserve cash. That's kind of sitting on the sideline, big chunk of money sitting on the sideline. And that's just my rainy day fund. That's my helps me sleep at night fund. So I'd rather just use the IRAs because that's where the bulk of the real money is, right? I just use those IRAs. That's why I love rolling over my IRAs and I get to control everything. Don't nobody tell me what to do with my money in my rollover IRAs at Vanguard. I pull all the strings. I execute, I sell, I do whatever I want to do. And I love that. I love that ability to be able to just do what I want to do. I don't have to be an expert. I'm just a guy who knows what he's going to buy, which is big boy blue chip, no doubt. That's what I'm going to buy. And right now today, guys, I'm up $4 or $5 a share from the dip on my initial investment of what? 2,800 shares. I'm way up on that because I bought those at $95 a share. So I'm way up on those. I'm up $30 a share on that first 2,700 shares I bought. I'm up about $30 a share on those right now. And now I'm up about $5 a share on this last almost 2,100 shares that I bought yesterday when I bought the dip. When I dipped to the dip, went on to the dip. I keep the dip. The dip is your friend if you're in the right investments, by the way. The dip is your friend. It's your friend. I keep telling y'all, that's where you make the significant wealth is on the dip. That's where you make the wealth. Oh, the video is going to go to $100 a share. Please do. So I can put another 2,700 shares. So I can buy another 2,700 shares. Please go to $100 a share. Please. I'm just going to buy another 2,700 shares if it goes to $100 a share. I promise you that. So I'm okay with the dip, right? I'm okay with that because I'm a long-term guy. I can stay in Nvidia, guys, for 10 years and won't bat an eye and won't miss nothing. Won't nothing change in my life. Why? Because all of the money is in my IRA. Can't use it anyways, not without being penalized and taxed on it, right? So for me, I'm not going to use that money anyways. So I might as well put it in something like this and swing for the fence, right? Might as well. Don't get me wrong. I still got SPLG, I still got FTEC, and I still got the Magnificent Seven where the bulk of my wealth is. But boy, I'm telling you, if this thing does what I think it can do, it's going to be tremendous, guys. So just think about your plan. Think about what's important to you. Think about where you're trying to get to. Think about the investments that you currently have. Are they performing? Will they get you to where you want to get to? That's the question you got to continue to ask yourself over and over. What I'm invested in, does it have a historical track record to get me where I want to go with my net worth? Because we know our net worth is what's going to take care of us when we're not working anymore. Your assets will take care of you when you're not working anymore. So you really got to figure out what you want to do here, guys, and how you want to get it done. Right? You really got to figure that out. You really got to focus in on that and pay attention to it. We're only up to $124.39 a share. I'm about $6 a share to the green on the 2,000 share, 2,100 shares. It keeps going up, guys. It just keeps going up. I told you, if we end up today 125 with a close, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's a win in itself. That's a win, right? So right now we're at 124.50. We keep climbing, guys. We keep climbing. We're at 5.36% today growth. So take the 2,100 shares, right? Take the 2,100 shares, which is about $250,000. I'm up 5% right now on the 250,000. I'm up almost 6% on that right now. Almost 6% I'm up. I can't beat that, man. I can't beat it. I can't beat that. I mean, so happy that I got myself settled down after the live yesterday, settled down, reevaluated what I was doing, why I'm doing it, and bought the dip instead of sitting on the sideline acting crazy, right? So there we go, man. I'm gonna get on out of there. Y'all continue to watch that. I'll be back this afternoon at 6 o'clock to give y'all another update. We're also going to discuss the S&P 500 this afternoon on the 6 o'clock live stream. So 6 o'clock Eastern time, guys, I'll be here talking about the S&P 500 and why some folks believe it's going to get to 15,000 points. And I'm going to tell you when they think it's going to get there. So if you want to be a part of that conversation, because y'all know I love the S&P 500. I love a good broad-based stock market ETF. Love them, love them, love them. So if y'all want to be a part of that conversation this afternoon, you got to tap back in at 6 p.m. Eastern time, man. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about why would you invest in the S&P 500 when it's at all-time highs? Because I get that question a lot. Richard, why would you invest in something when it's at its all-time high? Well, it's going to go higher. It's at 5,500 points, guys. It's going to 15,000. That's why I invested in it at its all-time high. All-time high at 5,500 is not going to be the all-time high for forever. It's going to be the all-time high for like 2 more days till it go to 56, 57, 6,000, right? It's already been predicted, guys. The thing going to 6,000 points by the end of this year. Already been predicted, right? So here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. If you want to change something in your financial life, you're 18 to 80, guys, get down in that description box, click on that Moomoo link. Open up your new Moomoo account today. That's the one that I use for my dollar cost average investing. That's the one I use for my dollar cost average investing, right? Now, if you're 18 to 80 and you're going to need help, that's a good brokerage account. That's a good brokerage account to set up, right? And then when you put $100 in that brokerage account, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. The good folks at Moomoo will give you 5 free stocks just for trying out their brokerage app. If you put $1,000 in your brokerage account, the good folks at Moomoo are going to give you 15 free stocks, publicly traded companies. Now, it's not going to be Nvidia, but it will be publicly traded companies that you can have in your stock portfolio. Now, you haven't invested anything. You've not invested anything, and you already have at least 5 stocks or 15 stocks in your portfolio. You haven't invested one dime, and you got those stocks for free for just signing up and trying their brokerage app. Get down to the description box, click on that Moomoo link. 18 to 80 years old, you want to build your wealth, you need some help to do that. Not me being a professional telling you what to do, but showing you a system that you can follow that can help you get there. That's it. I can share with you my system. That's all I can do. I cannot tell you what to do, but I can share with you the system that I use that has made me what I am today when it comes to my net worth. I can share that with you, but I need you to go to my website, www.richardfain.net, and I need you to send me an email through my website and say, Richard, I've opened my Moomoo account. I've funded my Moomoo account, but I need help. I want to take advantage of the largest wealth transfer in American history that's taking place right now. I want to be a part of that movement, that wealth transfer movement, but I need help. And what I'm going to do is when you send me that email, I'm going to send you 2 tutorial videos that were done by the good folks over at Moomoo that will walk you through how to use their app to buy paper assets. Then I'm going to send you my wealth transfer blueprint 1.0, 2.0, which will walk you through the investments that I'm buying. And I also explain why I'm buying them. So at least now you know that's the beginner help you need for some of you folks 18 to 80. Now, there are a lot of you folks that are well on your way. You don't need no help. So obviously, I'm not expecting you to send me an email. I'm not expecting you to sign up for Moomoo either because you don't need no help. But if you want a secondary brokerage account or a third-dairy brokerage account just to do fractional share trading in Nvidia or Chipotle or Visa or Broadcom or any of these other companies, and you don't want to tie up your main brokerage account, but you like the fractional share trading thing, try Moomoo. They offer fractional share trading for you more experienced folks that don't want to, tie up your other brokerage account. Or your other brokerage account don't offer fractional share trading. And you want a brokerage account that does. And it's self-directed. You're a good candidate for Moomoo as well. Get down in the description box for you more experienced folks that are looking for fractional share trading. Get down in the description box and click on that Moomoo link. They're going to give you 5 free stocks too, $100 in. They'll give you 15 free stocks, $1,000 in. And now you can do all the fractional share trading you want through the Moomoo brokerage app, right? So everybody can try this thing, but specifically you beginner folks that need help and you're going to need a little bit of guidance. Listen, I'm more than welcome to give you the guidance to my knowledge, plus the good folks at Moomoo, they got all the knowledge because they created the brokerage app. I'm going to send you the videos that they did that'll really, really walk you through how to do this thing. So if you want to take advantage of the greatest wealth transfer in American history that's happening right now, guys, you cannot delay. You got to get down in that description box today. Get signed up, put you some money in there, and don't miss what's happening right now. I keep telling y'all. See, we're at 124.49. In a minute now, we're going to hit $125 a share. In a minute, we're going to hit $125 a share. While y'all around here, listen, man, this is wealth, guys. I bought 2,000 shares of this thing yesterday at 120. I'm already up basically $5 a share. Not even one day. The other, I bought at $95 a share. I'm already up $30 a share. Matter of fact, I'm up, $30 a share, 25, $30 a share. So that's wealth, guys. That's me building wealth through this company. SPLG, I'm up 15% this year on SPLG. FTEC, I'm up about 25%. Mag 7, I'm up about 35%. Now, that doesn't mean you'll be up there. But if you're following the same blueprint, why wouldn't you be? If you're following the same blueprint that I'm following, you would be up those same numbers. So I keep telling y'all guys, you ain't got to recreate the wheel. Jump on a wheel that already works fine. That's what I do. I don't try to recreate no wheels. I just jump on a wheel that already working. It's rolling right along and doing really well. And I just jump on that wheel. That's what I'm telling you with these blueprints. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what they're going to do in the future, but I can tell you what they're doing right now. And I can tell you what they've done historically. So all I'm telling you, man, is if you're trying to, bug or something in here. If you're trying to collapse time frames and get yourself somewhere and get there at a time frame that makes sense, get down to that description box and click on that Moomoo link, open it up, go get that free stock, go get that free money. And like I said, guys, if you want to be mentored by me, go through my website, join the private mentorship club, right? That's where I spend most of my time when I'm not on YouTube, by the way. I'm over in the private mentorship club doing things that I need to do, working with the folks, good folks that I have over there, good group of people, great group of people, matter of fact. We had a wonderful time last night in our private live stream, which we do every Monday night at 8 p.m. Plus they're on, you can rewatch them. Where we at? Another temperature check. Still about 124 and some change, guys. So that's the last temperature check. I'll have a close temperature check today at 6 p.m. when we talk about the S&P 500 and that opportunity as well. We're going to lay out some opportunity over these next 6 years. And this S&P 500, guys, you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss this opportunity in the S&P 500. It's huge. It's huge. So be a part of this thing. See you this afternoon at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time so we can have this conversation. Have this conversation about building wealth. The whole channel is about building wealth. That's it. Just building wealth. Well, all right, guys, I appreciate y'all, man. Lock it in with a thumbs up before you get out of here. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your, what is it, day? Tuesday? See, I lose track of the days. Tuesday, have the rest of a good day. Hey, do me a big favor. No matter of fact, do you a big favor. Do something nice for yourself today. and do something nice for somebody else today. That doesn't involve money, no money involved. Just do something nice for you and for somebody else, right? Just do that. And like I said, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you want to follow me on Instagram, give me a follow. Link down in the description box. You can find me on Instagram too when I'm not here on YouTube. If I'm not in the private mentorship club, I'm probably on Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, get down to the description box, click on that Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor Instagram link. Give your boy a follow. And then shoot me a DM to let me know you're rocking with me so I can say thank you. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know I'm rocking with you because I know y'all rocking with me. I'm going to see y'all this afternoon, right? Thoughts become things. See it in your mind. Hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Nvidia to the moon.